Okay, 1932, good luck. I'll just boost my audio up a little bit there. Goes with d4. Let's play knight f6. We'll just challenge for the center, I guess, but how do we want to do it? Let's go e6 and d5, I think. As our opponent, we have actually played before, 41,000 gears of rapid. That's someone who likes rapid chess. That's a lot of rapid chess. What do we want to do here? We're just going to prepare the castle. He'll probably do something like that type of setup, and then eventually we'll be able to push, but we just get castled. Yeah, let's go b6. We're going to try and challenge for the center, but it's still quite flexible for both sides. He takes, so I'll take the knight. We could have even played this before. Be interesting to check later on. I've certainly had this position before. Okay. Now, if I go with the queen, he's got takes, takes, and it's a slightly more awkward pawn structure, so I'm just going to go with the knight and then pop the bishop up somewhere. Excuse me. So do we want to try and trade this bishop, or we've got a chance? Takes, knight takes. You've then got to watch out for the queen jumping to attack the knight. And there's no real good squares to go to other than coming back over. Do I want to play here? I am tempted to go here, I am tempted, but I think I'll just go on the diagonal. Maybe knight up and pawn up, that sort of idea. This knight across. Okay, I'm going to play c5 now. It's a backward pawn, I might not get another opportunity to do so. He chooses to push forward, so it's got to be right to take. But we're not going to win something here because he's got this, so do we bother with that or not? Gain a pawn, lose a knight, gain a knight, lose a pawn, gain a bishop, lose a bishop, knight across, check is then covered. It feels alright, doesn't it? It's simplifying it a bit much, but it feels okay actually. But it's dangerous to leave it there, so take, 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 he'll take here. We don't have to take back, but I think we should. Then he's going to play check. The Greek gift I don't think would be on. Then we can come over or we can throw a check in. Let's do it. It could simplify out quite a bit, this. It could do. But if I check now, he can drop back. So we have to take, and we'll take here. And then I could throw a check in here and say what you're going to do with your king. It's just whether I want to do it with the queen or with the rook. So doing the rook is very natural. But I could go with the queen, then with a view to knight across attacking the queen. I can go with the rook. That pawn's going to be loose, isn't it? Let's go with the queen. Let's throw a check in with a view to knight across and see where you're going to end up. He goes that side. So I'm going to play knight across now. All done. He's still got a check, but I can drop back, right? Knight here, check, back. That's still all covered, isn't it? But I do have maybe rook across threatening check, but there's no actual back rank mate threat. So is this a problem? Back, down, maybe. Yeah, I think I need to go here to guard this. Might be slightly on the passive side. I'm already 2 minutes down on the clock again. So he has gone back over. So here, knight down, but the threat is covered. It'll give us a tempo. Even if he goes here, we can then maybe go after his king, I think. So we'll drop back. So he'll probably play a knight in. Oh, he goes to pawns. He's given his king an emergency square, but that allows us a development move with the rook. Or we can go here and try and trade, but... Where's he going to go if we develop the rook? Let's find out. I think he'll probably go here, but let's see. I mean, he could go this way and attack a pawn. We can try and pin the knight, drive his king up and pin the knight, maybe. How much is he trying to attack? It's level material now, right? We've got 5 pawns each, queen, 2 rooks and a knight each. But I'm missing a defensive pawn, so that's a bit of a problem. That's a problem, but I do have queen here, like we say. We can go here potentially, and if the queens come off the board, then it's a lot less risky. Still risk there, but a lot less risky, but harder to then try and play for a victory. So I expect queen here. Then if I go here, I'm holding this square, so he's actually gone here. Okay, so rook here, and he takes queen up. Actually, it could be a move, actually, a temporary sacrifice. Queen up. Can he go back? Guard his rook and block. It's a bit too fancy for me, that, wasn't it? A bit too fancy for my liking. I'm looking at rook across, but again, he's got this knight jump potential. But then I could go here and chase the queen, right? Let's do it. It weakens my defensive pawn, but gives us a chance to try and get forward. I might be better off doing this, though. Let's do it and offer the queen trade and pin the knight in the same move. And then do I go forward with the knight or the rook? It's tempting to go with the rook, but he's got rook across. It feels okay, the position. Now let's go with the rook. I expect rook across. We might do a set of trades and then rook up. Yeah, that's what he's gone for. But I don't have to take now. My knight guards, so I can play a pawn up, I can play king across. Or I can trade, but I don't like the look of that. Pawn up weakens my knight, doesn't it? Rook up doesn't achieve a lot. Trade, and he's got a threat here. But I don't see anything else, so let's go there. Let's come across to cover this and then try and get forward somewhere. I probably should push a pawn just in case. Just in case there's some sort of back rank issue when his knight gets forward. And then I'm going to try and get my rook forward at some point. That's where I've got my extra pawn. And I've got my king defending on this side. But if I lose these pawns, then it's difficult. Well, it's difficult anyway, but we need to try and get our rook forward here if we can. If I go here, there's nowhere to really go. I can't go here. But I don't want to trade the last rook off and then it's going to be really, really awkward. Yeah, he's starting to push forward. Common sense. Now, I could develop my knight here. If he can't come across because of the check threat. So I'll get my knight active. He can maybe do the same. Knight across. I like the look of that, actually. Let's jump over. We're threatening to go and attack the pawn. If he gets active, maybe we can jump forward. Or we can just go here. So he's come with his rook. So does that give us a tempo to attack his rook? Where's he going to go? I've got this. Say he goes here. We've got knight here now. Hit rook and pawn. He goes back. It's probably fine. I think we should go and hit the rook. Then if he comes forward, we go here. We take away some squares for the knight. So he's gone there. So I will step up. But I need to maybe get here. Down here. If he moves, he looks still fine. My knight then looks like it's got nowhere to run to. But I'm going to go here anyway. I'm still 2 minutes down, so I've got to be reasonably quick. Excuse me. So after knight here, what have I got? Here, takes, doesn't look very appealing, but it could be fine, but doesn't look too appealing. Now, do I go here and here then? I don't like the look of that. Here, if he pushes here, we're happy to take though. If he goes one, let's just find out how he's going to do it. It feels awkward, but here I'll probably have to take. I can't push the pawn on. But at least I have got an emergency square. I can go here as well, but there's an emergency square if it looks like I'm messing it all up. But here takes, pawn takes. Yeah, he's gone up the one. So what about maybe like rook forward now then? Let's step up with a rook. It might allow him to try and get IDs coming around the back, but oh, he's gone that way, so we can push up here. Might as well. Nothing else to do there. It gives me knight back here though, potentially. I'd rather get the knight off than the rook off. If I was going to get one of them off the board, I'd rather get the knight off than the rook. I'm threatening knight here to hit the pawn, but again, he can maybe simplify it all down. It might be what he's looking at now anyway. He's gone back. So knight back takes. Can I go with the pawn and be brave? Threatening to go here. So king up. King up. It's bold, isn't it? If I go here, he pushes. Takes, takes. I can try and run. That looks like a move. Let's go here, because I can always come back if I have to. If I've miscalculated. He has pushed on, but can't I do takes, takes and up now? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and get the pawn here and plant it. Here if I can. Here now. I guess I push. Rook behind, I push. So he's hit my knight. Let's come back and hit this pawn. But we're trying to push this one on or go here. Here, takes, he can take. He's gone there. Okay, let's sidestep. I don't think he'll check, but he could, and I'll have to drop back. He has. So I'll drop back. But knighting is not a move on this move. So if he goes behind, I can go here at least, or I can try and take this. Got to be careful about getting boxed in here now with knight here. Got to be careful. Maybe I should have gone here. But I guess that would allow a check. You know, if this rook wasn't here, I mean. So he's gone there. So what if I push now? What does he do? Let's just guard it anyway for now. Try and figure something out. Because I'm still down on the clock. I'd like him to go there because that blunders. So he won't do that. He should be strong enough to see that. Yeah, maybe I should have gone there to try and get him to blunder. I might have missed a trick there. Let's push. Because he can go here. But then what? If I just take... I think I can push here. Okay, but now I can take, right? But it does let his knight back. I think his knight can come back, but I'm threatening just to push on. So if I push now, he'll have to guard. But then what do I do? Up, rook back, rook across, not quite. Oh, knight here. Rook back, just knight in. It looks simple, doesn't it? We're going to queen. Just trying to spot them patterns. So it should be winning now, barring mishaps. Okay, let's just queen. And now this should settle the game. Just run the pawn. Now we can just pin the knight, and that's easy now. Just take and queen. Well, that's a pretty good game at my level. It turned out alright in the end. Let's see what it was in engine language. So pause so we don't accidentally start another game. Go back to the game. So we have 50 moves this one. So they're the move tiles for both players there. Let's request an analysis. Oh, it's already running through. At least I played the end game okay, that one. So let's see how we did in the opening. Ups and downs, so okay, but some mistakes and blunders. 92.86 on the accuracy, so we're kind of playing it okay, but without being brilliant, and it's come back to level, and then it's come back to level here. Move 37, so we've been better a few times, back to level, and then move 37 it turns, so let's just see. So just normal development opening moves. See, this is all normal standard. You can see nothing's been flagged for either side. Then d5 there, he should have played bishop to b5. Okay, so it was correct to take. I should have played the other knight to f6 here rather than taking. So 1.8 to 1. So I only lost 0.8, but I've lost the king's pawn. And here, knight forward is the move. So what's the idea? If queen takes, you take here. If knight takes, you take the queen. If queen takes, you pin the queen. That's a nice idea. I missed that. Wasn't on my radar, that one, but yeah. So knight in, he'd play rook to d1, and then you do queen takes queen. That was the best line. Rook takes, knight takes, and you mess the pawn structure up, and that's just better. It might be, you know, very, very close at amateur level, but that's a better structure. That move didn't enter my mind. But now I've seen it there, you can understand it. Knight takes, you take the queen. If you take my queen, I take the knight first and then take back, and you've got the broken pawn structure. That would have been nice to see. And here he should have played queen to c2 instead of queen to c4. And I blundered here with the rook across, and I should have gone over to attack the knight. Okay, that was a blunder for me, but we're still level. And you see, not a lot being flagged here, so just common sense development moves, and we're trying to come up with a plan. So both, all good for both sides. Then b4 was a mistake. He should have dropped the rook back to e3, and then I've got to play b5. Okay. So takes was good, pushing was good, and now we're 1.9, but it comes back to just about level again. And I should have dropped the king back there rather than going forward. And then I should have gone here, like I said, instead of coming back. But it does allow a potential check if my rook wanders off somewhere. But it was the right square. And he's blundered a rook to c4. And I should have just pushed the pawn immediately. Yeah, because it gives him a chance to blunder, does it? If you go here, I push. And if you go here, I've got that knight check, which I spotted. So I should have maybe pushed immediately. But I'm still 3.7 better now. And I've played the rest of the game well enough here. Grabbed the pawn, pushed on, and then we make a new queen. And we managed to pin the knight and then make another new queen. So at my level, though, it's still not a bad game. That's some ups and downs, some mistakes, but not bad.